Hi, my name is Layla, and as usual, I apologise for the quality of my video, just the all-round quality. They're always pretty shit, so sorry, yeah. Today I'll be talking about my Tatinof experience, and I didn't meet Untitled. I lost my job before meet and greet and couldn't afford it, etc. Like, it's a story for another time, but, yeah, my Tatinof experience. During the 2:30 show, we were kind of sitting at the front while everyone was inside watching Dan and Phil, and we were taking photos out the front, and then Cornelia and Martin walked over, and we were like low-key freaking out. Like, I cannot deal with like encounters with like relevant people, so I was like shaking and stuff. So they were talking to these two girls who were standing at the front, so we just stood there. We walked up behind these two girls and just stood there and waited for their conversation to be over. How bad. So once the conversation was over, I got a Martin, oh, can I please get a photo with you? And he was like, yeah, sure. And so I got a selfie with him, you know, pretend this is Martin, like, yeah. And then I got him to hold my Fanart, and he was like, this is amazing. I was like, thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to me. And I also just had to, like, resist the urge to say Phil after he said amazing. Like, how embarrassing. Can you imagine if I was like, if he was like, oh, this is amazing, I would be like, Phil. Like, no, like, good thing that didn't happen. Can you imagine? So after we got the photos with Cornelia and Martin, we kind of just waited out the front for a while again. And so after the show, yeah, it was like during the show, the 2:30 show, Martin just walked out again, like randomly. He just walked out. We were like, what are you doing? What is this? And he just stood in front of the merch stand, looked at it, and he was about to walk back inside, and we go up, me and my friend go up, and we're like, can we get a photo with you? Like, I already had a photo, so I wanted my friend to get a photo with him. He was like, yeah, sure. But as soon as, like, we'd finished getting the photo with him, he kind of just, like, ran inside. Like, he kind of knew, I feel like he knew more people were going to want to get photos, and he didn't want to do that. So then, like, an hour later, Martin and Cornelia walk out again, and I was like, hi! And they was just like, And then I went and, like, turned to my friend, and I was like, I bet they're, like, sick of us. I bet Martin's just thinking, leave me alone. And then Martin, like, overheard me say this, and then he just started laughing, and he just walked off. I was like, good one. I've done it now. Whatever. A couple of hours passed, and we got into the venue. And I submitted my fan art, and then we went up to our seats, and because it was like 7 o'clock and the show didn't start till 7:30, they were playing like their playlist, and I thought, you know, this is cool, I can dance to this. And I've always wanted to be that one person who just dances. You know, you're sitting at the concert before, and then there's that one person dancing. Like, you'd think they're drunk, but I had not consumed any alcohol, luckily, that night. But I was sitting there dancing, and one of the security guard comes up to me, and I was dancing, I had my phone in my hand. They were like, can you please put that away? I was like, I'm not doing anything with it, trust me, I'm just holding it. They're like, no, if you want to text or make a phone call, please take it outside. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll put it away, I don't care. And then 5 minutes later, I was still dancing, but my phone was away, and then another security guard comes up and says, can you please stop dancing? I was like, why? Like, there's hardly anyone in here yet. They're still coming in. They were like, oh, well, people behind you might not be able to see. What are they going to see? There was, like, a screen with cat whiskers on it. The lady was like, you can't stand up during the show. Was I going to stand up in the show? Obviously fucking not. Yes, during the show, I was going to just get up and dance. You know, I'm up on the balcony. Fuck people behind me. I'm just going to get up and dance during the show. Obviously, I knew I had to sit down during the show, but this security guard just thought, you know, they just had to tell me. I don't know. I hope they get a raise or something for telling me to, like, stop dancing. So basically, we're sitting there during the show, and everyone was like, woo, screaming and everything. And then it got to, like, the fan art part, and I was like, oh my god, what if they show my fan art? Like, I was just like, this is the most exciting part of the night for me, okay? Then, out comes my boomerang, and it's on the screen, and it says, I don't like sand down the bottom, and I was like, promo. Thank fuck. Hallelujah. A promo, a free one from Dan and Phil. So then Phil picks up my fan art, which is the boomerang, and he's like, it's an official Untitled boomerang. And Dan's like, oh, look, it's the photos of us with the koalas. Because they'd got photos with the koalas like a couple of days beforehand. So then they were talking about just their Australia stuff. Like, I was like trying to get my phone out, take a sneaky peek to like notice. Then Dan and Phil were like, oh, we should give it a throw. I was like, you're going to throw my fan art. Fan art that I worked hard and long on. You're just going to throw it. Okay, I get that it's a boomerang. So then Phil threw the boomerang and wow, it didn't come back to him. I don't know if he was expecting it to come back to him, but it didn't. So then Dan was like, is it going to come back? It's like, I was sitting up in my seat going, oh, fucking hell. And then after that, it was just sitting on the floor and Dan was like, oh, that's a bit disappointing. Then he was like, thank you, I don't like sand. And I was like, bless up, hallelujah. I don't know if he got the joke. In his live shows, sometimes he's pulled that I don't like sand Anakin joke, but I'm not sure if he got it, like my at name. Anyway, yeah, so Phil threw my fan art and I am blessed. Thank you, Phil Lester. If you liked hearing me talk about my Tatinof experience, leave me a like, I guess. Subscribe if you want. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to pressure you into subscribing. All I post is shit covers and me talking shit. So, if you want to subscribe, go ahead. That is up to you. And if you were at any of the Tatinof Melbourne shows, leave a comment. Tell me about it. Tell me if Phil Lester threw any of your art. Yeah, so that's my story. This clickbait wasn't worth it. You probably thought, I submitted this amazing piece of art and Phil was like, fuck this, I'm getting rid of that.
Let's get some pussy tonight.